it's nice to be there, and it's nice to smell the Norwegian air.
For Volkswagen, this marks the one-year anniversary since their very first win in the WRC, under the hands of Sébastien Ogier.
This was a huge moment for the team. I think just an explosion of joy last year, because immediately after 2 races, get the first victory was really a big surprise, and we were for sure a bit ahead of the schedule, and I think everyone was really happy with that. It was the start, we didn't know at the time, but that was the start of a fantastic series for us, and we got our first title at the end of the year, so a lot of good memory for this time. But as I mentioned, this year it's a different story. The conditions are very difficult, and it's not the Rally Sweden we love to drive with fantastic snow condition, but that's how it is. Rally are always different, and we have to adapt to every situation.
Volkswagen obviously big success. Hyundai, disappointment for them in Monte Carlo. Neuville crashing in the first stage, Sauber only getting a few stages later with a mechanical issue. Neuville is back, and Hannanen takes over the second seat.
Juho, how excited are you about this new challenge ahead at Hyundai?
For sure, you can imagine. First time now as a factory driver, so it will be a great chance for me. Main target is still finishing the rally. It would be best way for all of us in the team get to experience what we really need this year. Result we will see if we are, if we can get a clean weekend without mistakes. So I believe it will be also good. But finishing rally Saturday evening car start, that would be really good.
Studded tyres a speciality this weekend. 28 are allowed, including shakedown.
You think that winter condition is a slippy condition, but the tire we are using, it's a big studs, 7 millimeter out from the rubber, and you have around 300 studs or spikes. Of course, on the tarmac road it doesn't work, but when you go to snow, you have snow and ice. It's going through the ice, and it's giving you a really nice grip.
Well, normally you can slide a bit more on snow and ice, and play with the snow banks, and sometimes they help you. They push you back on the road if you make a small mistake, and sometimes you can just attack a little bit harder and just trust that if I make a mistake, the snowbank will save you. And then with studded tires, the grip is really amazing. It's even higher than in some of the gravel rallies. The more there is gravel, the harder it's going to be for the tires, and the first stage normally it's okay, but the second one it starts to move a little bit and you're sliding more and more, and sometimes in the third one you might have 50% of the studs missing, and then obviously it's just going to be really slippy, like driving with normal tires.
Let's get in the mood then. It's time for shakedown, and those spectators are more than up for it by the looks of it.
Chris Meek on his first visit here made a bit of an error, basically went off the road, reiterating how tricky this rally is.
Unfortunately, he damaged his steering.
Teammate Osberg, not a local hero, but will visit Norway on day one, and he was right in the mood. Fastest in the shakedown.
Yeah, incredible start from Osberg. There we go then. Mads Osberg quickest to shakedown, with Jari-Matti Latvala not too far behind. Chris Meek on his runs, third quickest.
Meek's car back in service. You can see that damaged steering. Basically it was replaced, and Chris went back out just to kind of get his rhythm and his feeling back.
So let's get things started, shall we? Stage one of the rally is up and coming, but the guys have a chance to sign some autographs for the fans who turned out for the Karlstad Super Special stage. This is a short, sharp blast and a great opportunity for the spectators to check out the cars.
And the stunts. Obviously a little bit of chit-chat between the drivers before it all happened, and a Super Special, obviously you can't win a rally on it, you certainly can lose it. Very hard-packed ice, about half an inch deep. Andreas Mikkelsen into the stage, got a great start there against, I think it was Herman who was against.
Short pass after
It really was a great start to the rally for Andreas Mikkelsen. He leads after the super special stage. Not the first time he's led a rally, but no doubt proud on what is pretty much almost home territory in Sweden. Of course, we headed to Norway on day one of the rally proper. And so day one beckons then. The crews disappear away from Sweden. First stage actually kicks off in Torsby, that is close to the border. Then we head into Norway.
Okay, Torsby's just over 7 k's. When we drove this stage on the recce, very, very compact ice, but there had been a small bit of snow since the recce, so the road was a little bit different. It's biting in as Eugène and Gracia launch off the start line. Stages in the road in Torsby was, wow, you're having a little bit of a moment there. But going from a wide road to a really, really narrow road, and Sebastian just getting caught out a little bit on the snowbank.
Sebastian, obviously first on the road, what is the condition like?
A little bit slippy, yeah. It's not so much fresh snow, but with 2 centimeters on the top, I think doesn't help. So, I mean, it's okay. Not maybe not a perfect start, but not a bad drive.
Here we go now then with one of the favourites for this event. He's been on the podium many times in Sweden. Second places, third places, but never the win. Can Mats Osberg target that this weekend? Great to shake down, of course, but now we're into the rally proper.
Mads and Jonas, obviously, as Mads heading towards home country. Jonas in it at the moment. See Tanak here, been away for 12 months, kind of dropped by M-Sport. So he got himself 3 rides in the World Rally Car this year and the rest in R5. He was stunning this morning.
He was absolutely on form.
To be honest, quite nervous on the stage. It's yeah, I think we did quite okay because the feeling was nice, but a lot of loose snow in the end of the stage and not so easy to drive. But anyway, I think we had a quite good run and quite good feeling. So yeah, for sure we try to do our best on, but still it's a bit shaky. But I really love it.
Here's Elfyn Evans then. This is his first time at Rally Sweden. This is a massive learning year, huge learning curve for Elfyn Evans. He dealt well with the conditions out there this morning though, getting to grips very much with the car and of course learning to use that new studded tyre.
So just getting caught out when he clipped the snowbank. Nice and calm, select reverse rather than trying to slam it and get the car stopped. Select reverse and away.
In conditions such as this though, there is always going to be dramas out there. And for some of the drivers, they can be luckier than others. Unfortunately for Martin Prokop, as you can see here, straight into the ditch. But he is one of the lucky ones eventually. He may be into the ditch. He's trying desperately to get some traction there to get himself out. We're on board now with Thierry Neuville and Nicolas Schulzel. Nicolas celebrating his birthday this week.
Obviously, next car on the road they are, and you're going to come across Martin in the ditch there. He said it cost him a couple of seconds because it was a narrow section. Not really sure whether it did.
Look at these spectators. Are they getting their backs into it? They are desperately trying to help him get out.
So, you know, Martin actually has a tow rope connected to the roll cage so that he can, and the fans basically trying to get the tow rope out before he disappeared.
There we go then, through the opening stage of the first day proper, Sébastien Ogier stamping his authority. He won here last year, remember, fastest through on stage 2. Okay, stages 3 and 4. The Norwegian stage is up for us next.
It was actually snowing, as you can see, and it got a little bit colder as well, -2. That was the coldest we saw today out on the road. A little bit of snow in and around the Norwegian stages.
Temperatures well above average, really, from what we normally expect here.
This, to be fair, was the first kind of real proper stage. The Torsby stage, quite icy based, but and a little bit, not Mickey Mouse, but a little bit tight and twisty. This one had real good flow to it.
I've never had so much fun with my clothes on. Incredible. That everyone, you always hear all the guys who've done Swedish Rally before saying it's the most beautiful stage to drive on, and that's just fantastic.
What is so good?
It's just so flowing, and the way the conditions have changed since the recce. There's a fall of snow, it's got cold, it's made it a bit crispy. OJ, I think, has got a little bit of an advantage up front because he's got that crisp snow. As soon as he turns it up, it gets a bit loose. But I had a little overshoot in here at a hairpin left, but oh, that's just fantastic.
He said all weekend he's here just to learn and try and get some points, but really enjoying it. A man who enjoyed this stage a little bit more than he enjoyed the previous stage. Jari-Matti Latvala. He says when the road is more open and flowing in Finnskogen, he could really get himself into gear.
Yeah, he seemed to struggle with the technical stuff this morning. Okay, Mikko Hirvonen now wins here in the past for Mikko, but maybe not quite the speed, not quite the pace that we've expected to see from him so far.
Done about 450 k's of testing before the weekend, but it wasn't a bad